Hey you guys, Steve Whipple, that's me for WHIPFIT. So as Patreon members, you have voted in our last poll, which was what video would you like me to make? And the winning video was about meal prep. Now I could go in the kitchen and do a whole meal prep tutorial for you and show you how to do everything, but all of you are fully functioning adults. Like, you have children, you have careers, some of you own your own businesses, you have pets. So I do not need to show you how to cook. Unlike me, you guys probably already know how to do it. So the meal prep concept isn't hard for me, the execution is. So whereas you guys have it down on what it's like to cook, maybe you don't know the system of meal prep. So this is where we can join together, join forces, and get some meal prep done. So the concept of meal prep is you want to create something for yourself for lunch, or maybe I guess dinner too, depending on what your work life is. So you can just grab something and go and know that it's not bad for you, and you'll know that it's good for you. Right? So it's not fast food, so it's not bad processed stuff that you're grabbing. Even at a really good store, it's still processed. And two, that is going to save you money, because if you go to really good stores and buy non-processed food, it's expensive. And that can add up, and it sounds really great if you're just like, oh, I'll just grab something. But if you're seriously just grabbing something every day and your average thing is $10, minimum, by the end of a 5-day work week, that's $50 a week, and there's 4 weeks in a month, so $200 a month just on lunch. That if you just took some time on, say, like a Sunday for a 5-day work week, you could get it done. So I'm going to use the example of a 5-day work week. I know some of us work more and all crazy hours, but for this, 5 days, okay? So on Sunday, you want to get yourself some containers, like 5 matching containers. It's very rewarding to line up your containers and then fill them up with your meal prep. And you want it to be uniform because 1, it just looks nicer, and 2, you want to minimize the space it takes up in your refrigerator, and you want to maximize what you put in it. So, and you want it to be equal. You want to kind of give yourself an equal portion. You can take into account micros, macros, calories, all of that. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I know what a logical portion is, and I know what it's logically sound for me to eat, right? So, based on that theory, meal prep can be super simple. Think about what you would cook for your guests if you were having, say, 5 people come over for a holiday brunch or dinner or something like that. You'd want 5 people to have 5 nice portions at dinner. So that's what you want to give yourself. So if it's Monday through Friday, think of what a logical portion will be for you to sustain your work day, okay? The other goal is you want to feed yourself. You don't want to also be hungry, because if you are hungry and don't make enough meal prep for yourself, you're going to end up going back to the store and buying something anyway. So give yourself an honest portion for yourself. And it's going to be better because you're making it, and when you make stuff, it's always more nutritious, more flavorful than when you go out to a store. Maybe not a restaurant, because restaurants are like legit, can be great, but we're certainly not dining out for our lunch every day at a really nice joint. If you are, good on you, good on you. But 5 portions, okay? And what my meal prep usually consists of is very simple. It's some sort of protein. Chicken works really well. Beef works really well. I've used bison before, and even like fish. I've made into like fish sticks and stuff like that. It can kind of last a little bit longer. But you don't want stuff that is only good like kind of when you eat it. Like bacon, if you make it, will not be good 5 days after you make it. Eggs will not stand up. So you want to give yourself something that's gonna last and kind of be true to its original form. And then you've also, the big thing I have found, good intentions mean nothing when it's something you don't really want to eat. You've just got to make sure it's something you truly enjoy eating, because Monday's fine, but Friday, if you don't like what you've made, you're not going to continue eating it, and then you're going to throw away what you just spent money on and then have to buy something else. So it's a double whammy. So don't do that. What I usually like to do is like a chicken, some sort of rice or quinoa or even potatoes, and then a vegetable. It's usually 3 components. You can do as many as you want, but you want meal prep also to not take days. You want it to be quick and simple straightforward, give yourself equal portions in your containers, make it unified, and be done. So I like to do a chicken. I've done bison burgers, beef burgers. We've tried pork chops, but pork chops get a little weird toward the end of the week with like the fat around it and stuff. Yes, you can trim it off, blah, blah, blah. You can do tons of things to make it better, but you also always want to remember the goal is quick and easy. So chicken's awesome, and fish. I've done fish sticks. That's not fast, but it kind of keeps the fish together versus just a piece of fish that you're hoping is okay from Monday to Friday. You know what I mean? So then your rice, awesome. Quinoa, awesome. Potatoes, awesome. And then, you know, anything in that category you want to use, go for it. And then a vegetable, we will sometimes just do broccoli. Sometimes we'll just do cauliflower or a mixture of both. Sometimes we mix it up and we do a whole medley of like peppers and Brussels sprouts. You guys know what vegetables are. I don't need to explain this to you. But, you know, usually ours have three components: a protein, a vegetable, and then some sort of like starch type thing, you know. If you want that to be a roll or something like that, or bread, go for it, you know. Just make sure you're full and you're not going to be hungry. And then you can mix it up. Once you're confident in what you're making and how it works, then you can start to play around with it. Ours doesn't ever vary, it doesn't vary very much. So I hope that helps with meal prep. And then you just make the food that you like. And then you just put it in the fridge. And the other big part is remembering to grab it when you go out the door. It's helpful if you want to make sure you have like some silverware with it or plasticware, have it nearby. Just think about what it used to be like to pack your kids' lunches, or like when your parents packed your lunches. You want it all to be simple, accessible, and easy, and out the door. So that's how you meal prep, basically. There's tons of recipes online because everyone wants to, you know, come up with a better way to do it or reinvent the wheel. And you can totally do that. So, you know, if you want to make yourself some fruit salad, do that. If you want to make a pasta salad, do that. It's your meal prep is as much or as little as you want it to be. Okay? Did that help? I'm not sure. But keep these polls going, you know. This whole thing of Patreon is for you guys. So, you know, also, if there's something you want to know, let me know, and then I'll make sure we ask about it in the next poll, or I'll just try to answer your questions, okay? Do it.